Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked off of turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And good evening, race fans. Welcome into the Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight inside the Lanier National Speedway. We're in Brazelton, Georgia. It's in the asphalt Lanier here tonight. A different change of pace for the Full Velocity gang tonight as we have the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series presented by Mass Mafia Motorsports live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Good evening, everybody. Phil Lacasse here, Jack Chewin on the controls for us here this evening. As usual on a Monday night, a good night to come out and do some racing. 75 laps tonight's a main event at Lanier. But before we get to our racing, our qualification rounds, let's start with sing trackside for tonight's playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are ready to rock and roll here at the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're ready to go with the 305 Sprint Car Series, MD Designs 305 Sprints, as we take a look-see out there for the first of what's going to be 3 heat races on the docket, 8 laps around. Let's take a look at the 3D Racing starting lineup for heat race number 1 on the pole. Guy who's had a really good season here with car number 36. That is J.J. Hens, and alongside the number 16, that'll be Steve Stout. In row number 2 with the number 5 will be Connor Gross with the 107 MD Design sponsor machine from Matt Dale to the outside of row number 2. In row number 3, we find, well, maybe find Dominic Currett with number 19, the 45 of Mark Reynolds scheduled to the outside of row 3. Mike Henry's number 15 and KCJ with the number 8 making up row number 4. And Tommy Carberry back with us this week, number 23 will schedule to start in 9th, although I'm going to believe we are going to be far short of 9 as I did see some cars come in, take some time, and exit the server stage left. So it looks like out of 9, I think we're going to get 5. Paul is going to be for 5 as Matt Dale's car even got into the race server in time. I don't think he's gridded out there, though he's in there. We get 6 now. Are growing by leaps and bounds as Mark Reynolds there to join us. So we'll go 6 cars. We'll go 8 laps around the top 3 drivers off to the main event. Car count tonight sitting somewhere between 23 to 25. Could be anywhere influxing in there. It's going to be my prediction as we take a look coming in tonight as our point standings for the series sit. Neil Allison leads the point standings. He has scored a total of 194 points. 172 points in second in the standings. We find Matt Dale and Brandon Igo with number 45. He sits third of the standings with 171. He trails by 23 over Neil Allison, who will lead the way tonight. He was our fastest car in practice, and it's a randomized heat draw, so you'll see a little bit randomized of an order here for what they're practice on. But let's go racing for 8 laps around iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag in the air, and zipping off of turn number 2 and down the back chute here at Lanier. I'm trying to get my camera set back to the right spot because I exited out of the server just before we went in. Trying to get myself re-caught up as we get lap number 1 in the books, and it's going to be JJ Hands with a 36 car. He'll lead Connor Gross, KCJ there, but we are racing wheel to wheel for the race lead out of the exit of turn number 4. Let's put lap number 3 to the board here next time by. So I should say 2 complete, and I'll put 3 now as we come off 4. My camera's all backed up here for what corner I'm in. You get KCJ with the 8 car now up to the race lead. JJ Hands, Tommy Carberry with a 23 car. Tommy jumps to a top 3 as he's come from the back doing really good as we get a race for the lead brewing. Is JJ back to the low side of Casey in turns number 1 and 2. Casey slides it around to kick that lead spot over, but JJ with all the 36 car back really deep off of turn number 2. Down the back chute, and we're going to put 5 laps complete. They are zooming around this track today. I will tell you what, lap times just around 13:10, 13:20, just a shade over 13 seconds. Going to zoom right on through this one. I will tell you what, 75 laps a feature as we exit into turn number 3 and 4 with 2 laps remaining in heat race number 1. JJ Hens now up to the race lead. Tommy Carberry, Connor Gross has made his way around KCJ, so put Connor up to 3rd with now 1 lap remaining as we are past the start finish line. White silk in the air, and JJ's going to be able to cross over field because here comes Carberry in with 23 to the bottom. They make contact. JJ goes around, and the checkers fall, and it's going to give Tommy Carberry the win over Connor Gross. KCJ going to grab the 3rd and final transfer spot over Steve Stout, JJ Haynes, and Mark Reynolds. We'll complete our roll call there for heat race number 1. That one is kind of interesting, was it not, through the last quarter? Tough break for the 36 car JJ. He'll have to regroup it through the LCQs, but let's take a look at our starting lineup for heat race number 2, brought to you by 3D Racing. On the pole here will be Dylan Patterson with car number 26, Rodney DeShong alongside with car number 9. In row number 2, the number 22 is Andrew Slats with the 238 of Anthony Marvuglio to the outside. Row 3, Brandon Igo with the number 17 car. It says on the server, the number 64 alongside is Corey Cleary. Jeff Battle will start 7th. He is in car number 14. The points leader, Neil Allison, will start at the rear in car number 95, and Aiden Murray scheduled to start 9th, although I do not believe Aiden is in the race server, so I believe we're going to get either is the pole sitter, so that's going to change that up a little bit too. Is Dylan Patterson not going to grid, so that may move Andrew Slats and Rodney DeShaw to make up our unofficial front row as they continue to grid and pace, and gives me a chance to welcome you all in live tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. Welcome into the Full Velocity Racing Network. Phil Lacasse, Jack Truitt on the controls. Hope you guys, gals, are all doing well wherever you're watching from. The normal Monday crowd starting to sprinkle on into our chat. Always good to have you all out there and be in for a good night here as we move into Lanier this week. And the chat's really quiet. You're out there watching, check in, say hello, tell us you're watching, where you're watching from. We'll keep up with the chats all night long. They're live via Facebook Live, also live on YouTube in high definition. Take a peek, see over there. We'll monitor YouTube the best we can as well, as I'm working off of 3 screens this evening. So I think I've got it all worked out to monitor and keep up with everybody's tabs. And for those that like watching on Twitch, we'll also welcome into a Twitch TV audience as well, / Full Velocity TV. So if you're watching on Twitch, welcome in. We'll have a good time and good racing indeed. Extra distance event here tonight, 75 laps at Lanier. And it's different to come out here and do Lanier in a pavement atmosphere here. We did a dirt show last night here at Lanier. Had a good time with DWRL guys. The season finale of the Sunday Shootout Series took place last night. So cool to see them plow the dirt off, put the asphalt back down, and we get racing here tonight as the green flag is up in the air and already off of turn number 4, completing lap number 1. Brandon Igo goes to the race lead. And Jeffrey Battle, Neil Allison from the back of the last row. Neil went tail and Charlie. He's already up to 3rd. That 95 car is a digging. And if you followed this series all season long, you are not shocked at all with Neil Allison being up on the top 3, even the top couple spots of the feature event as we work our way off of turn number 4. Let's put 3 laps complete in this one. Brandon Igo continues to lead the way with car number 17. Neil Allison now working to the low side of Jeffrey Battle, so put Neil up to 2. Jeffrey back to 3rd. Corey Cleary riding in the 4th spot, a little distant there for the 64 car as he rides in 4th as we continue to race it up off of turn number 4 again. Neil and Jeffrey got a little bit close, and now they're wrecking in turn 1 and 2, and just one car goes around. So it's like when again now we got racing for the lead as they get together with Allison and Brandon Igo getting a little piece of the works over there off of 4. Got Marvuglio not too far behind as well. With the 238, Brandon Igo trying to run away from this one as we put 2 laps remaining here at Lanier as he works his way down through turns number 1 and 2. Down the back chute through 3 and 4. Now the white flag up in the air for car number 17 or 45. So you zoom on in. It's a 45. Brandon's usually in the 45 car. Why I was kind of weirded out the number not matching up. But Brandon Igo on a turn number 4 sees the checkered flag. He will win heat race number 2. Anthony Marvuglio in for 2. Neil Allison will grab 3rd. Corey Cleary, Andrew Slatch, Jeff Battle, Rodney DeShong. Those guys will be going off into our last chance qualifier that'll follow us here, but we have one more item of business to do, and that is heat race number 3. We take a look, see here at the 3D racing starting lineup as our chats have begun to populate. Matthew Joseph out there watching, rooting on the Mass Mafia guys. Great dudes they are. I go in the bug to the front. Well, they did. They got top 2 right there. Rick Cleary checking in from Plymouth, Mass. Good to see Plymouth in the house out there tonight. Hope, Rick, you're doing well out there. I'm sure you're rooting on for Corey, as we normally do here on a Monday night. Let's take the 3D Racing starting lineup for heat race number 3. Let's take a look here how they're going to roll off the 0-3 on the pole. That'll be Matthew Seymour with the number 75 of Wally Beatty to his outside in the 2nd row with car number 27. That'll be Robert Smith, Chris Myers alongside with car number 25 in row 3. The number 13, Justin Kawahata. The number 18 of Austin Carter to his outside. Colin Penn will start 7th. In the number 52, and Rob Higgins in the number 40. Complete an 8-car roll call for heat race number 3. And am I counting all 8? I am. Oh, we get a perfect attendance there. Took 3 races to do it. We got all 8 cars out there. We'll go 8 laps around, top 3 off into the main event. I think we're going to do a consolation round. There's Hudson Bennett in the chat, rooting on for Matt Seymour. Good to see Hudson out there doing well. Obviously, the Monday audience took a week off last week and coming back here for a Monday night. So get back reacclimated to the sprint cars and the pavement racing, and kind of cool. Having a good time with it, and hope you guys are as well, as the lights will go off around the 3/8 mile. The lights out on that Ford Mustang, iRacing.com pace car as it'll pull off to the racetrack. Put the iRacingIFlag.com green flag in the air. Matt Seymour will light the wick, and he will take that blue number 0-3 down on turns number 1 and 2, and already racing for the 2nd spot is Wally Beatty. Gets a little ship-shaped and out of shape. No help there from, I believe, the Smith number 27, I think that was. off turn number 4 there as we regroup him off to the west end of the speedway. Matt Seymour leading Justin Kawahata. Colin Penn with number 52 now up to the 3rd spot. He rolling forward, and he's going to look under Kawahata off of turn number 4 as we put 2 laps complete of 8 in this one as we go wheel to wheel out of 4. If Colin Penn can't take over second from Justin, sure does. 52 car now up to P2 as we try to run down the race leader with the number 03, Matt Seymour. A good pill draw this week puts him on the pole in the heat, and there may be no looking back from here as next time around the cross flags will go down. 4 laps complete, 4 laps remain for the 03 Matthew Seymour. He is down to turns number 1 and 2. Pretty good little lead there. Call about 6 car lengths. It's about 7/10 of a second on the racetrack. Back to Colin Penn, Justin Kawahata, Wally Beatty. That's our top 4. Only 3 going off into the main event, avoiding the LCQ as they stay nose to tail. Wally trying to check down to 13 of Kawahata as we put down 6 laps complete. And 2 laps now going to remain as we exit turn number 4 for Mr. Seymour. But car number 03 he is making some time, but Colin Penn behind him. 52 has that thing working. He is run down the back of our race leader, Matt Seymour, as we get the white flag. Let's go down to turn number 1 and 2. Let's race for the race lead. Who's going to win this one at the line? We're going to give it in 3 and 4. Seymour's got the little flip of the advantage. Colin a peek down low, and in a very good race, Matt Seymour will take down the win, .088 over Colin Penn. Justin Kawahata finishes off 3rd, holding off a hard-charging Wally Beatty. Wally will go off into the LCQ as well as my scoring goes all haywire to the LCQ. You get Austin Carter, Rob Higgins, Robert Smith, Chris Myers. For whatever reason, Seymour was black flagged in that one. Not exactly sure what he did wrong. Matt Seymour was credited an 8th place finish, so that put the race win into Colin Penn. Well, that's kind of strange. Didn't see Matt do anything wrong, but I'm not a scorer, just an announcer, and I guess we'll have to take it and run as we shift our attention now into the C main. Looks like C main here tonight. 12 laps around. The top 6 cars will transfer on into the B feature. Let's take a look at our 3D Racing starting lineup for this one. On the pole with number 45 will be Mark Reynolds. Jeffrey Battle alongside in car number 14. Robert Smith is in row number 2 with a 27. Matt Dale alongside in the MD Designs number 107. 5th starter, car number 9, Rodney DeShawn. Chris Myers in number 25 will start 6th. 7th, scheduled to be Dominic Curritt. Dylan Patterson, Matt Seymour scheduled to start 9th with Mike Henry and Aiden Murray. I'm not sure how many of those cars are still there, but we'll count them off as they kind. We got 7 of the 11. 6 of them will race on into the main, so into the B main. So 1 car will not transfer in. Who is that lonely car going to be? I guess we'll find out. 12 quick circuits around the 3/8 mile, Lanier National Speedway. We will get it all figured out. See who's going to be racing in, who's going to be in the B main, and who will race in to our feature event. And as Lou Ingalls checks in, says it's tricky on dirt tires. I bet you it is. Car's got to be a handful on pavement. I got enough of a handle on them on dirt that I'm not very good. So tell you what, Hudson out there rooting on for Seymour. Not exactly sure. Seymour got black flag for something, and I don't have the clarification of what it was, but I do know Matt has been shifted into the C main, so he'll have to rally his way from behind. And if he's going to start 7th in the C, so he's going to have to put himself on the top 6. The green flag goes up in the air. Let's go racing in the C main for 12 laps around the 3/8 as we exit to number 2. And you look up front, and a good race going on between Reynolds and number 45, Jeffrey Battle in the 14. Jeffrey around the outside. Jeff Battle will lead lap number 1. Reynolds falling in for 2, and looks like a run to the outside from Matt Dale's 107. Thought he was going to make a shot to the outside. He'll fall back in line. Weird to see Matt Dale in an LCQ, even into the C main. 107. No practice here tonight for Matt, but sits number 2 in the standings, and now looking for P2 out of turn number 2. 2's are wild there as Matt Dale to the inside of Mark Reynolds as we exit turn at number 4. What do we got now? 4 laps going on the scoreboard. Going into 3. I've got my camera all checked up here. I'm switching 3 times a lap. Kind of weird. I'll fix that during our break here between the feature event. Battle, Dale, Reynolds, Seymour now up to the 4th spot. Chris Myers, Ronnie DeShawn Robert Smith, he is a tail end right now. Robert's going to have to get on it, try to chase down Rodney if he wants to race his way into the B main, because they run 6th and 7th. Only 6 cars will transfer on in, and we are halfway home to the C. Jeff Battle leads the way. Matt Dale was on his horse and chasing him down. Call it 3 car lengths that time out of turn number 3 and 4. Now 7 laps going to go complete in this one. 5 laps remain. Can Jeffrey Battle hold on? He's had a good night so far as he exits 2, running a very solid, consistent line there through the middle. Gets on gas pedal and lets it carry way up high on a 4. Gets a little bit of speed, but may have scrubbed off a little because now Matt Dale has a run. As we exit quarter number 2, is a 107 car. Will look down to the inside. Let's race for the lead through turns number 3 and 4. Matt Dale was there. Matt Dale takes the 1 pin away, and with now 3 laps remaining, Matt Dale, your race leader, as we zip off turn number 2. Battle still on the outside, waging a war. Now maybe a crossover maneuver down as we get 2 sticks down, 2 more trips around for the 107. Him and Jeffrey Battle. And they about touched, and Matt almost got sent for a ride as we will see the white flag this time out of 4. And yeah, he tried to spin him. He accomplished the goal, and they're upside down, and chaos has ensued. And I believe that may, was Seymour involved with that one? Just a checker coming out here next time around. Scoring is all, so it's not jacked up here. Mark Reynolds, I believe, going to take turn number 4, the checkered flag. Of Robert Smith the 2nd spot, Ronnie DeShawn, Jeff Battle, Matt Seymour, Chris Myers gets the 6th spot. Matt Dale got wrecked out of the lead and not going to see the main event here tonight. That absolutely stinks. Feel he got robbed, really do. Tough break there for Matt Dale. He will not see the main event, so that move means we will shift gears into the B main, where we're going to get 12 cars gridded. And it's weird, it says 13 going into the feature. Well, that's kind of strange, is it not? Got 12 and getting 13 in there. Can I make an amendment for provisional for Matt Dale? Not sure what's going to work in iRacing, but I'll wave my hand in the air because you're taking 13. We got 12. Let's take a look, see how they'll line up for the B main here. On the pole with the number 16, Steve Stout, Corey Cleary alongside with car number 64, Austin Carter, and the number 18, J.J. Hens with the number 36 to his outside. Andrew Slats, the number 22, and Rob Higgins in the 40 will start in the outside of that 3rd row. 45 of Mark Reynolds will start 7th with Robert Smith, the number 27. Rodney DeShawn in the number 9, Jeff Battle in the 14, Matt Seymour in the 03. 25 of Chris Myers. 12 cars are out there. We're going to go 15 laps around here in the B, and they'll all race their way on into the main. So we're bonus racing here tonight in a little extra distance main event, 75 laps around the feature. And we've seen a little bit of everything already. We haven't even got to the feature time yet. Rick Clear, it looks like a Seacock line. I got to agree, and it's been long time since I've been out to the Concrete Palace out there in Seacock. Last time I was out there, I was watching a test session and wiring the track out for video. Dates me how many years ago it's been since I've been out there. So long time. Hopefully we'll return to the Concrete Palace here soon. Hopefully everybody out there watching Seacock Land is doing well as we're off turn number 4, green flag in the air, and we're racing here in the B. We'll see where these guys will take it to. We'll see if we see any more shenanigans. I feel we saw shenanigans in the C main. I don't think that last wreck was kind of called for, and may have taken Matt Dale, may have killed his championship chances here as we're getting down to the last half of the season. I believe 5 races to go, and that one may really hamper his chances. So, guy who comes in tonight, number 2 in the points, going to take a big hit as Steve Stout leads the B main. Corey Cleary running in the 2nd spot, J.J. Hens, Rob Higgins, Robert Smith now in the top 5. We have Austin Carter charging with car number 18. He is around Smith, so put Austin now into the 5th spot. 18 car on the move as we exit. What is that? Turn number 2. 4. That's turn 4 right there, putting out 4 laps of 15 complete. Telling I'm going to work on these cams. I'm not exactly sure where I'm at. I'm going to try this one. We're going to play with it right now. Live TV, folks. Don't like that one either. Let's go back to that one. We're a mess up here. We'll have to take. You know what? I didn't do Jack. I did the bad thing. I did not load our buddy Shane's cams. I guess I'll have to do that during
That
the
explains it
break
all.
here. Explains it all. I am a mess. I'm in TV3 where I normally sit. It's switching 3 times a lap. Can't figure out what corner we're in, but either way, I'm watching number 2 car. That's Austin Carter to the inside of Rob Higgins. That's racing on for P number 5. JJ Hens has claimed the lead of this one now as we get to the later stage of this one, halfway home. 8 laps in, 7 laps remain. 36 car leading over Steve Stout. Corey Cleary, 64 car running in 3rd as we run there. And I look to see 64 car running down Steve as their nose to tail off the corner. We'll see if Corey can't make it happen. There was a lot of talent behind the wheel of that number 64 car. See if Corey makes a run. He is down to the low side of Steve. Mr. Stout up high. Cleary down low. Looks like 64. Preferred line, but momentum carries Stout in that yellow car up high. Pretty good battle for that P2 position. I got to tell you, JJ is going to be loving this up front. The 36 car leads the way, and as they battle it out for the lead, he continues to pull away out front. Go ahead, boys. Keep battling. Don't worry about me. Race amongst yourselves, and we got one squirrely. Out of 4-1. Don't really think it was Corey's car that had some tire smoke off it. He's got Austin Carter breathing down his neck to number 2, and not too distantly far behind the 45 of Mark Reynolds beginning to enter the picture. The top 5 have kind of come together. Well, 2 through 5 anyways. As I look up and JJ is gone. He's just checked himself out. Last time by 1.4 seconds. Let's not watch him. Let's watch this race going on from 2nd. Cleary going to take the spot. Put Carter there now. Up to 4th. Reynolds is there. Steve Stout doing the best he can to hold on with that number 19. He's been rim riding up high. He lost a 2nd spot. Can he hold on to 3rd? We're on the final lap. We're going to get it done. Checkered flag in the air. J.J. Haynes taking down the win over Corey Cleary, Austin Carter, Steve Stout, Mark Reynolds, Matt Seymour, Rob Higgins, Robert Smith, Andrew Slatz, Chris Myers, Rodney DeShawn, Jeff Battle. Completed our 12 cars there. So that is through qualifying in the Bs. It is time for our 75 lap main event. Before we get there, 30-second little quick break. I'm going to take a quick drink. We'll come back. We'll call the feature event live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, let's go racing tonight here for the MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series presented by Mass Mafia Motorsports. Got a starting lineup here for 75 trips around the 3/8 mile at Lanier. Let's take a look at our 3D Racing starting lineup. On the pole with car number 23 will be Tommy Carberry, 45 alongside of Brandon Igo. Colin Penn will start 3rd at number 52 with Connor Gross in the number 5 to the upside of number 2. Hard for me to say, I guess. In row number 3, Anthony Marvuglio, number 238. Justin Kawahara, the outside of him with car number 13. KCJ will start 7th tonight in car number 8. The point leader, Neil Allison, will start P8 in car number 95. Wally Beatty and JJ Hens make up row number 5, with Corey Cleary and Austin Carter making up our next row. 13th starter will be Steve Stout, the number 16. The 45 is Mark Reynolds, the 03 and Matt Seymour. Rob Higgins, the number 40. Robert Smith at 27, Andrew Slatz number 22 as the green flag is up in the air. Also Chris Myers at 25 and Rodney DeShawn with car number 9. 20 cars out there for the main event. We'll go 75 laps around and let's get settled in and try these new cams of these guys under power. I think this may be a little tad bit better than what I just had. If you get a better look here at Lanier tonight as we exit turn number 2 and down the back chute now heading into 3 and 4. That's how the cam's supposed to look. Thank you to Shane Weinmiller, our cam guy here at the network. An awesome job putting the asphalt cams out there for this track. Brandon Igo going to lead Tommy Carberry. Colin Penn, good to see Colin Backless and running well. The 52 car running in third, and probably so far, got to say, his strongest run of the early infancy, well, now midway through the season. Probably his best run to date so far. But where is Brandon Igo? 45 car way out front, 0.3 of a second. But our first yellow flag of the night. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag number 1, lap number 4. We slow it on down. We'll look around the 3/8 mile, give you our first Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay here, brought to you by JMaxStrong.com. The number 13 car of Justin Kawahata had some help. The 36 of JJ Henn, so two good drivers coming together there. They go for a trip around, putting the yellow flag out there for the first time tonight. I want to say thank you to our friend Tim Cubbings over at CCM Custom Designs and Engraving. He's brought JMaxStrong.com to our airwaves as a sponsor. JMax Strong, Jonathan's journeys as he battles back from a stroke. And, you know, great dude, great people. Check him out today, JMaxStrong.com. Read a good story of courage. They sell apparel to pay for his medical expenses as well. Once again, that's JMaxStrong.com. Under yellow on lap number 4, and pit road is a very, very busy place. We'll see who's down there topping off. As I've heard a one-stop race here tonight, and I think all the leaders basically came in. So we'll regroup that. I think the whole field come down. Let them come out, get restarted. We'll call the restart here. 4 laps in live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, the lights are out. The race leader going to be Chris Myers with car number 25. I believe he was the only car of the 20 that did not come to the pit lane, so he will lead Tommy Carberry, Rodney Shaw, Colin Penn, Casey J. Going to be our top 5 as we return to racing now on lap number 5. The longer distance race here tonight, 75 laps around Lanier, so we will settle in. This will take a little while, and if we get a pretty good stretch of laps, well, it could go by pretty quickly. We'll see what we can do here tonight with lap times hovering around around 13.5 seconds now as the pace has slowed down a little bit. Let's race for the lead on turn number 4. Tommy Carberry to the low side of Chris Myers. Put Tommy now up to the top shelf, and he'll take the lead away as he will pull Colin Penn with him. And Neil Allison, number 95, beginning to run his way through the field. He is chasing Anthony Marvuglio, the bug running in the 3rd spot in the 238. As the cream starts to rise to the top and doing so early tonight here at Lanier. Carberry leading over Penn, Marvuglio, Neil Allison, now Wally Beatty. That's really good top shelf talent over here. Running 1 through 5 as we work our way to turn number 3 and 4. Carberry will lead. I thought Colin Penn had a run off the corner, but kind of stalled out there for the time being. Marvuglio, the 238, beginning to track him down. The Mass Mafia Motorsports 238 running P3 over in turn number 3 and 4. Flash on by. He's going to put lap number 10 complete of 75. So we looked at the points here earlier on tonight. Neil Allison, the guy who sits 4th on the speedway, he is our current series points leader. 21 points over Matt Dale, who did not make the feature, unfortunately. That may open the door for a guy like Brandon Igo to maybe take some points away tonight. Brandon at number 45. Early leader, started outside pole, running all the way back there now, 14th. 45 car will have to rally his way on through. We'll be in a lot of laps left to go, and dare we say fuel mileage always comes into a play here on Monday night. Is run these cars a little light on fuel. They make the strategy kind of work out where they have to come in and pit at least at some point. Maybe early, maybe middle. We've seen these races change really drastically late in the go. So we never really know where these guys kind of sit, where the fuel balance may take them, but they are off turn number 2. Carberry leading the way, but Colin Penn is chasing him down less than a car length. Almost close enough to share the same piece of gum off turn number 4. Colin is right there about tapping on the back hub of Tommy over there in turn number 1 and 2. Marvuglio with 238. The bug is there, and he is moving. Top 3 have kind of squirted themselves away from Neil Allison, who runs 4th, but he's well within striking distance, 0.6 of a second behind. It's our top 4, 1.5 seconds back to Wally Beatty, who runs 5th. KCJ running in 6th, Connor Gross 7. Austin Carter, Corey Cleary, Matt Seymour cracking the top 10. Cracking the top 10 with car number 03. Making his way forward, Brandon Igo beginning to run his way back up through the field. The 45 car, he's around the 03, so Brandon now up to a top 10 running spot, so we'll see what Brandon Igo can do. He's been quick here all night long in Lanier, and car looks like it's really sporty. He's got plenty of time to come on back through till very early on. Now 20 laps going to be complete out of turn number 3 and 4. Mr. Carberry leads the way. Colin Penn, Anthony Marvuglio, Neil Allison, Wally Beatty running in. Gotta thank MD Designs. I said Matt Dale has exited, it looks like, for the evening. Really disappointed he is not in the feature. Gotta thank Matt Dale. We need a sick looking helmet paint. The guy does fantastic work. Check him out today. Contact him on Facebook. Check out Matt Dale. MD Designs. Great dude, great people, great product. She'll be really happy to get a hold of him and get your helmet painted up. Not a bad time to do so, as 2020's racing season all locally is beginning to kind of take shape. I know in the South they've run a little bit, so it's cool to see that a lot of places have come back to life. Hopefully crowds will follow. Many of places they kind of have, so it's cool, and hopefully the whole world will follow as I sit up in the Northeast and the pavement side of the country, just waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm going to watch all these NASCAR races here. They're on TV almost every night of the week right now, so it gives you something to do. If you're not enjoying that, well, I'm hoping you're enjoying what we do here live with Full Velocity Racing Network. This series has been a lot of fun to follow. We will be here throughout the entire month of June on a Monday night. You can find us right here covering this series, and we'll see if a guy like Neil Allison in about a month's time can hoist a trophy as a series champion for the MD Designs 305 Sprints. Still got a lot of racing left to get through as 28 laps go complete this time out of turn number 4. Tommy Carberry leading the way. I thought Colin Penn may make a more of a run to the lead than he has, but he has been very content to stay in line and log laps, and why not? A longer race than normal, 75 laps at Lanier. Not a long race, but not a short race by no means at all, as they have to get themselves stretched on out as we get some lap cars up ahead bouncing off the wall. It was the 13 of Justin Kawahata, so that makes for a little bit of a trying time. The leader is spun out. Oh, Colin got turned around there as him and Tommy got together, so now put Tommy back to the lead. Neil Allison has moved around Anthony Marvuglio, so the points leader now running P2. Bug back to 3rd. Steve Stout's up there getting lapped with number 19. Wally Beatty now around Colin Penn. Tough break to the 52 as he got kind of squirted there out of the lane. Almost spun the car all the way around. Caught it, kept driving, but did lose some precious time. Time may be the essence right now. 32 laps going to be complete this time by. And the race leader is car number 23. Mr. Tommy Carberry from the great state of PA leads the way over Neil Allison. 0.4 of a second last time by, and now as it gets out to about 0.44, pretty even lap time for Neil. Looking at relative to is a 13.175. This car's a scoop tonight. 175, 13.22. This previous trip around for Tommy Carberry, we look at the interval, and it shrunk down even more of a tenth because Allison made 13.12 last time around. It's right in that ballpark of the teens. We'll see what he clicks on this one. A little slower, 13.29. Tommy Carberry running a 13.27, so picked up 200s. Not a whole lot, but enough to make a little tad bit difference as they still work through lap cars. It pretty much cleared them in the top 3 or 4 for the time being. As now we got a stall in the action. Yellow on the speedway. As we are approaching halfway in this one, 36 laps on the scoreboard. We get our second Team Bar Motorsports yellow flag of the night. We slow it on down again. Look for a Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay. Brought to you by jmaxstrong.com. Jack will find it. He has found it. The number 16 car around of Steve Stout, and his is a selfie. All right, yeah, there it is. He went around all by himself. We call this the Full Velocity Racing Network selfie stick. That means you want to get TV time, not the way you want to do it. You go around all by yourself. Nobody else gets involved. We give you the selfie stick. And on a count of 3, we take a picture. Everybody, 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
Steve Stout, the Full Velocity Racing selfie stick. Let you chew on that during the break here live here at Lanier. All right, we got the lights out around the speedway. It is time to get this thing back underway. MD Designs 305 Sprint Car Series presented by Mass Mafia Motorsports as we off to number 4. Green flag going back in the air. Let's go back to it. Tommy Carberry leading the way. Neil Allison, Anthony Marvuglio, Wally Beatty, Colin Penn, our top 5 is we're going to go Sheffield Graphics on board on the 52 car of Colin Penn as he tries to rim ride his way back to this field with car 52. Going to be a short-lived trip, though, because the yellow flag is back on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Now, 38 laps complete. I think that makes it officially halfway. Not really good with math. We'll call out there for the math engineers. I think 38's half of 75. Sounds pretty close to me, but either way, yellow flag on the speedway for the 3rd time. Full Velocity replay is going to show the number 2 car of Austin Carter. It shows up as 18 on our screen. 2 car, I believe, goes for a little bit of a whirly. Did he have some help over there or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some help. All right, put the stick back in the bag. No selfies here. Austin Carter is around. Yellow flag number 3. Here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. All right, lights are out. Let's go back to racing halfway home. 38 of 75 in the books. iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag up in the air. We're going to go back to the Sheffield graphics on board. Try it again with Colin Penn, number 52, as he runs the outside lane on Anthony Marvuglio. We go on board the second time. We get a yellow flag quickly again. Getting him in one lap at a time now. Yellow, yellow, yellow for the fourth time. 39 laps in the books. What was a really fast-paced race early on has now come to a slow crawl. We had a checkup on the restart. Looks like a couple of cars may have kind of had the old disagreement of real estate. We'll see who that is here with the J Max Strong Full Velocity Racing Network against the replay. And yeah, 14 is Connor Gross. It does say 5 on the screen. KCJ's involved, Reynolds is involved, the 03 is Seymour, got a piece, a couple of cars involved there. Slow it on down, we'll take the rub around, we'll take some tricks here during the break. We'll come back here with the restart. Green flag racing only tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Single file restarts. We're going to get this one. Single files at 3. Just jam ups here. 4 yellow flags slowing off now as we begin lap number 40. Put the green flag back in the air. Tommy Carberry's led, I think, all the laps here tonight so far, leading the way between himself, Neil Allison, Anthony Marvuglio, Colin Penn, Wally Beatty. Let's not go back on board with 52. We've done it twice. We had 2 yellow flags. Let's see if we can keep this one green for a little while as Colin to the low side of Marvuglio. Put Colin Penn now up to P3 out of turn number 4. Let's see if he can't chase down 2 very fast cats ahead with Tommy Carberry's number 23 and the points leader, number 95, Neil Allison, running in P2, trying to maybe take a stab at Tommy or see if Colin Penn can maybe put the assault on and take second away with Mr. Allison. The bug, Anthony Marvuglio. 238 car running in the third or fourth spot. Wally Beatty. Brandon Igo, he has had a nice rebound with number 45. He has found his way now back up to P6, following with him and Max Seymour, KCJ, Corey Cleary, Robert Smith making up our top 10 as the laps click on down. Now 44 of 75 complete, so that's 31 laps remaining. And if we go green with 13 plus seconds a lap, and Neil got way loose. What happened to 52? 95, I should say. So he went away up the racetrack. And Colin Penn stuck on by, and Neil may be in some trouble here because that car looks like the handle may have gone a little bit away. Marvuglio car got checked up there. Wally Beatty now to the inside, racing for the 4th spot down to turn 1. Let's see if that, Black Haviland sponsored number 75 car to the inside can take a stab on Marvuglio with the turn number 3 and 4. Brandon Igo there as well as that black 45. He had stuck his way into the fray as well. Can Brandon Igo, I'll tell you what, he gets him a top 5 and he gets within an earshot of these guys up front. Brandon Igo may be tough to handle. He has passed a lot of race cars, but supremely quick in practice. The only car that beat him in practice was the 95 car, who runs right up 2 spots in front of him. But I'll tell you what, I like the way Brandon's car looked in the heat, and I think he's got a quality piece that may take him all the way to the end. But I say that, I may have jinxed him because Marvuglio come back to the low side, and Race going on back there for, what do we call that now? P5 is Wally Beatty's got up ahead of the two of them. Igo and Marvuglia are battling for the fifth spot. 2:38 claiming that spot back over. Now 51 laps going up to the scoreboard. And Neil Allison is on pit road with car 95. So we have developing stories happening here. You always know fuel mileage is an issue with this series, and you never know who is going to be short and by how much. We have seen guys pit on the lead as close to the finish as 3 laps remaining, so you never know what's going to happen. We'll look back here up front. Colin Penn has run down Tommy Carberry. This may be a race for the lead developing, as he is certainly there. Wally Beatty has jumped into the 3rd spot, and Brandon Igo is on the move. He got back to 4th, and he is looking for 3rd. Is in 3rd. Yeah, he got it off at 2. He takes Beatty back to 4th. Brandon Igo right now on the podium if we were to finish this one now. But we're not finished yet. 20 laps will remain as we flash by next time around, and I'm watching this race for the lead between the 52 of Colin Penn, who is trying to make his way around the 23 car of Tommy Carberry. And Tommy has had a really decent piece all night long. He's going to be tough. Colin's been good, but I'm telling you right now, when the yellow comes out, the name Brandon Igo is going to come very prevalent in this one. He may already be, as he runs 3rd and beginning to track down the top 2 in front of him. And there is that late race yellow we just mentioned. Yellow, yellow, yellow on the speedway. 57 laps of 75 complete. The 5th yellow flag of the night. Seen a good race here so far this evening. Been a lot of fun to cover. We'll slow it on down, take a look, see where the Full Velocity Racing Network Instant Replay may find us this time. Looks like the 8 of KCJ and the 03 involved. 2 cars that were running 6th and 7th. Get involved in some contact. They go around. There's the yellow flag for the 5th time tonight live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're live in Lanier. We're glad you're with us. All right, we're ready for the restart. We're going to get going here. My director's starting to yawn. He's got the yipsies going. And when you start yawning this hour, you're going to get me to... It's contagious. It's not yawn on air. Mr. Truman down there doing an awesome job, as always, on the controls. The green flag going back in the air. Colin Penn is the race leader with car number 52. I think he got... What happened to Tommy Carberry? Tommy come to pit road? I believe he may have. He's falling all the way back there to the 7th spot, so I'm not sure where that come from. I think I've seen him down on pit road at all, but the update, the points leader, Mr. Allison, we saw Neil on pit road. He is running 3 laps down back in 15th. This is a grand opportunity for what Mr. Brandon Igo to gain some pretty precious points here tonight. Is he runs in P2, racing against Colin Penn on the turn number 4. 60 laps complete, 15 laps remain. Colin Penn with car number 52 leads the way down the back chute. Brandon Igo in tow. Wally Beatty. Can Wally crack the podium the first time this year with car 75? He runs 3rd. Over Anthony Marvuglia. Tommy Carberry now. He makes his way back around Corey Clearing 64. So Tommy beginning to run his way back toward the front. not sure. Did we miss him pitting under yellow? We may have. I was in his car, and I didn't notice anything stop or change about it. So we were yawning. We were. In full disclosure, we were falling asleep during the break there. Been a long day. We had a tough round here a little while ago. Well, a tough round, a good round, what we say. But it's getting late, 10 o'clock here on the East Coast. We turn into pumpkins this time of the day, I tell you what. But either way, 64 laps complete. Brandon Igo hit the wall. I thought he was going for the lead. He hit the wall. And that hopefully did not break that race car. And Wally Beatty was unable to capitalize on the rare mistake. Brandon's number 45 car, as that car gets rim righted there off turn number 2. They're making a lap around the 5 car. Casey J going a lap down to the 5, I believe it was. No. Or was it Connor Gross? No, it's not Connor. No, it was a 9 car. 9 car Ronnie DeShawn goes a lap down there. Get that one to just make sure I had that correct. That would have drove me nuts for a little while. But hey, we are logging some laps here. They are clicking away. Going to put 68 to bed this time through 3 and 4. And Colin Penn, he may be running to his first checker of the year. As he leads Brandon Igo by 0.7 of a second. Brandon's got Wally Beatty all over him behind. Arvuglio's there in the 238. Tommy Carberry running in 5th. We got Corey Cleary, Connor Gross, Mark Reynolds, Austin Carter, Andrew Slats, his best run of the year. To number 22, 1 lap down, running in 10th, but still a lot to race for in these closing ones. Can he take home his maybe first top 10 of the year with car 22? We're 5 laps away from conclusion. And I'm telling you, it looks like Colin may have this one in hand if the fuel has sorted itself out. Car looks really, really happy right now as he exits turn number 4, 6, 71 laps. Go complete, 4 laps remain. And Colin now, he's around some lap cars. He got around Kawahata just fine. He's going to put a few cars between himself and second place running Brandon Igo. Wally Beatty's number 75. Colin Penn with 3 trips around the 3/8 mile remain, and the 52 is riding off in the sunset. And see, Brandon Igo ran him down to a half a second, but running out of time as we have 2 laps remaining, 2 sticks down, 2 more trips around, and 45 may be closing. He's there. We got a race happening. White flag in the air. Colin Penn with car number 52. Yeah, catching is one thing, passing gonna be another. We've seen guys get moved out of the way in the last turn. I don't think a guy like Brandon would do it. Off turn number 4, Colin Penn picking up tonight's big W here at Lanier. Brandon Igo, Wally Beatty, Anthony Marvuglio, Tommy Carberry taking down the top 5. Corey Cleary, Connor Gross, Austin Carter, Andrew Slatch, JJ Hens climbs into the top 10 there late, with Rob Higgins 11th, Mark Reynolds 12th, Casey J, Neil Allison. I don't remember our top 15. Robert Smith, Justin Kawahata, Rodney DeShawn, Matt Seymour, Steve Stout, and Chris Myers. Round out our 20-car field. Colin Penn is the big winner. We will talk to him and hopefully the remainder of the top 3 next live on the post-race show here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Stay tuned. Post-race show coming straight up. All right, we are back here live, the Full Velocity Racing Network post-race show presented by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. Web hosting, VPS servers, dedicated servers, they do it all. Check them out today over at BladeNode.com. They are great folks. They sponsor the post-race show, and tonight the MD Designs 305 Sprints presented by Mass Mafia Motorsports. The win goes to car number 52, Colin Penn, a second-place run for Brandon Igo. And our third-place finisher tonight with car number 75, Wally Beatty, clacking the podium in the 75. Wally, a terrific run for you. A third-place run That was a fast little racetrack there tonight for 75 laps around, buddy. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks. I've actually won several races fast with our league. I've had a tough break the first half of the season. Fast, been in the top 5 usually. Good race, and then something happens. Finally, happy to pull off a top 3 and put this Heavenly machine in.
Absolutely right. Good to see you back here on the podium. You've had some really good race cars. Really, just bad luck has really been on your side. I can't say anything better your own doing, but we come to Lanier tonight, a place you say you've won a lot of races at, you got a ton of confidence at. Does it feel good to come to a place like this, knowing familiar, you've had success and capitalizing a good night? It's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, it sure does. And I a lot of time practicing this week, making laps and making sure I hit my marks. And I'm a dirt guy, so the asphalt stuff isn't first nature to me. So had a good race. Colin and Brandon and Anthony Carberry, we all had a good race. It was fun.
It was certainly a lot of fun. A great job. Love carrying this series Monday nights, Wally. Thanks for all you do for it. I know you are very integral to what they do here behind the scenes, but let me give you the mic here one more time. Those are a lot of great folks to help your race team. You mentioned the guys on the racetrack, but there's got to be a great group behind you to help these cars go fast week in and week out.
Yeah, Matt with MD Designs, big help, and Colin, we're all good buddies. And Heavenly Machine, I'm not a person of a black car usually, but it looks good on the racetrack. So hopefully we can put it up on the front straightaway again next week.
I like it. There he is, folks. A great run tonight for car 75. Wally Beatty will finish up third. We'll let him go. We were hoping to talk to Mr. Igo. Number 45 looks like Brandon was here and not here, so we'll see if he reappears. But either way, we will jump down into Bladeno.com Victory Lane and greet our buddy down here for the first time this season. Colin Penn, the big W, man. Congratulations. Great car tonight, and you lead the last one. Finally, one has to feel good.
Yeah, that was a tough race. I kind of had to work my way through the heat there, but gave me a good starting spot for the feature and first round of pit stops. We're able to kind of play in our favor, and we're able to ride it out to the end, and it's a pretty good race overall. Can't complain.
Can't complain at all. Overall, we had a really good night. Only 5 yellow flags, 75 laps around. Lap times tonight were a big deal. 13:20, 13:30, the fast cars were doing. Look around as far as the points go. You were right around the top 5. Matt had an off night, didn't make the feature. Neil got caught up late. How are you looking here for the points here with 4 or 5 races left to go? You still consider yourself a threat for the championship?
I would like to say yes, but you never know. All it takes is, one night, and it could be a total shakeup. Whether I miss a night, Neil misses a night, Matt, whoever the case may be. It's anybody's game when it comes to the B mains and the car counts and everything we've been getting. That you miss one race, then it's a totally different outlook because you got 7 guys looking to take your spot right there.
You got that right, and a lot can happen in 1 week. So a couple of guys had really off nights. Neil had to pit. Matt missed the show. Brandon finished the second. JJ was off. You're going to take some gains here tonight. But Colin, finally, we get here in the winner's circle on a Monday night. I'll give you the mic here one more time. Let you thank your team, your crew, your sponsors, whoever's out there watching that may help this car go faster. But the floor is all yours.
Yeah, once again, I just want to thank you guys, obviously, for broadcasting this and putting it out there. Got to thank Matt over at MD Designs, Anthony and Brandon and Matt Seymour, everyone over at the Mass Mafia Motorsports. We wouldn't be broadcast if it wasn't for them. Just everybody that comes out and runs with us week in and week out. We obviously wouldn't have a series if it wasn't for them. And again, just thanks to you guys for broadcasting. And yeah, I'd hate to say I'm speechless right now, but I kind of am. I'm not used to this whole winning thing.
Well, hopefully it's contagious, man. You're a good dude. Good job tonight and good race overall. You guys got a lot to be proud of. Good product. Colin Penn, everybody, tonight's big winner here at Lanier. That will do it for us for here. Live as far as the Full Velocity Racing Network goes. For Jack Truin, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, Jeff Brown, Charlie Miller, the entire group here at Full Velocity. My name is Phil LeCast, signing off for the night. We'll see you back here live next week. I believe at Irwindale with the series. It's going to be a great time. Have a great rest of your week, everybody.